Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the summary for the past 2 days for the day of 1347 to 1348 for the 1st to the 2nd of October. And I finally managed to squeeze out the SITREP, so but I'm about to sleep. I'm super tired, so if I ramble nonsense or say something wrong, yeah, that is absolutely that have happened and it's true, and totally nothing wrong. Okay, so welcome to Israel, and so we start off with the southern flank, which is not Israel, is Ukraine. I see, I got you. Happy birthday to you if your birthday today. And you can see this report so far. This video so far have nothing to do with the SITREP and the Ukraine war. Over in the Kherson front, I got to pronounce everything wrong today because I feel like it, because I'm so tired and pissed off and hungry. And fighting is reported at Dachi. According to the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, they reported the Russians continue to try to go for the Antonovsky Bridge. Shelling is reported at Mikhailsky and Antonevka, and interestingly, everything is so close to each other. We can, like, Mikhailsky all the way to the bridge is just 9 kilometers. So yeah, the Russians are shelling, and but I do not think that they're going to cross the river. This is probably just for entertainment purposes. And that's it for the Kherson front. We'll go on to the Zaporizhzhia front. At the Zaporizhzhia front, we go over at the Kayamsky and the Orikhiv sector. Fighting is reported at Primorsky, Stepnohursk, Lukyanivsky, Knyamsky, Novoandrievka, and Shebaki. So these are all the reports across the past 2 days, and the Russians are back on their old ways, trying to go up the Dnieper River, and this push towards Lukyansky, probably not very convincing yet at this moment, because they have not captured Stepnohursk yet. So this is probably just some shelling. Shebaki, Novoandrievka, these are usually probably just static lines. Don't expect too much. Consolidation in the east of Knyamsky is possible. But otherwise, strategically it's more or less the same situation. So that's all for this sector. We'll go on over to the Huyaipole sector. Yeah, so talking about Huyaipole, talking about the accent. I watched the VLVD, whatever. I'm not sure some of you guys may have watched it. Yeah, they actually, the new episode have a probably Malaysian, or it might be Singaporean. Then it's so weird to hear a Singaporean Malaysian Chinese accent in a New Zealand YouTube video. It's like, okay, so I can try. I can also talk like that. So Russian forces mainly is still focusing mainly on the northeast. Yeah, I can't even speak Singlish anymore. Oh my god, talk to you guys too much. You see, I have still not talking much about Ukraine war. Fighting is reported at Huyaipole, and the main action is all coming over from the northeast of Huyaipole. Basically, the Russians are attacking towards Novy Zaporizhzhia, Rybny. Forgot this place. What is this place called? Krasnohersk. I always forget about him, And Russian forces captured Novohrikhovka because the Ukrainians conceded that they have lost it. Fighting is reported Privilny, Palivka, Uspenivka, Novomykolaivka, Okonishe, as well as Nove. The fact that the Russians are still stuck along this river shows that the Ukrainians are constantly trying to counterattack and reinforce this region to try to prevent the fall of this chain of settlements, which I say that the Russians are trying to capture. The Russians, however, from the north, at the South Koma front, is already flanking around. So situation is no good. This attack to Huyaipole, don't expect too much. And yeah, so the battle is still ongoing. Geolocation of a Russian airstrike on Ukrainian position is noted, but that's about it. And my mouse is so smooth today. I think, yeah, I think my mouse setting was like a bit screwed up and kind of reset just now. A lot of rambling today. So you know, that's what happened when you have not enough sleep and you feel like sleeping, and that's, yeah. Over at the Komar front, this is Komar. Over Komar front, fighting is reported at Yehorevka, Danilivka, Novo, what the hell is Novo, Alexandrivka, Oleksievka, Verbove, Taike, Aristopil, Sosnivka, Vorone, Trnove, Novoselivka, Shifneve, Zeleny High, Filia, Dashne, Orikove. Happy birthday to you if your birthday today. And that's so strategically more or less the same situation. It's just that there's a lot of arrows. The main idea is to push, attack, capture Aristopil, go to the rear. There's another push, probably from Oleksievka. They can go to Aristopil as well, go to Taike as well. It can be a secondary flanking operation, or it could actually go west towards Pokrovsk. And then there's continued arrow movement westward towards Danilivka. This is part of the flanking operation to the north of the Huaypole sector. These are static lines. Don't expect too much from these sectors. I don't expect too much from here. So yeah, that's it. Strategically, more or less the same. Nothing particularly shocking to me over here. We go on to the Pokrovsk front. At the Pokrovsk front, fighting is reported at Novopilivka and Novomykolaivka, Molodetske, Novopihorodne, Udashne, Kotline, Hrishine, Vivrove. Troyanda is captured according to Ukrainian mapping. Fighting still in Pokrov. Ukrainian counterattack Hrishine at Pokrov. The helicopter attack, that the Ukrainians done. The Russian Defense Ministry reported it like 2 days ago, or is it the day before? Yeah, they reported about it. Then they proudly announced they killed all 11 soldiers that disembarked from the helicopter, which is the sign of the times that the Russian Defense Ministry have to report an attack from a helicopter that disembarked only 11 soldiers, and that made it into the freaking SITREP. So that just shows you how how unusual this war is, and how weird it is. Like a helicopter landing some troops become like a headline news. That is just a plight of the Ukrainian army right now. Fighting is reported. Oh, wrong color. What's this place? What's this place called? Konativka. That's in the southeast of Pokrov. Lisivka, Sukiya, Mykolaievka, Kazatsky, Maropilia, Minokhrad, Novoekonomichne, Razine, Rovny Liman, Rodenske. So basically, yeah, a lot of arrows. And even when I was mapping, like for both days, the Ukrainian SITREP is just insane. Like they just name almost every place in the around the front line. So there must be the Russians are pushing really hard in all directions. The geolocation of a Russian airstrike in Minokhrad, confirming that at least Minokhrad is still under Ukrainian control. The Russians are still doing the flanking operation north of Minokhrad. Ukrainian counterattack have not worked out if the Russians continue to have stronger and stronger control over Pokrov, especially it's a two-pronged attack. Attack into Minokhrad is ongoing, and there is this new push, I believe, is from Lisivka, Sukiya, and from the Sukiya direction. They're trying to push the front line up. I think they're trying to straighten the front line in a new place. The rest of these areas are probably static lines. I don't expect too much from this sector. and the Russians are probably pushing towards Novopalivka. And I want to zoom in a bit. So let's hide this. Just want to show you the situation in Pokrovsk. I already covered this in the frontline changes report. After the frontline changes report, new frontline changes is not noted in this mapping because I was so busy. I can only do in the reporting. And anyway, this is SITREP for yesterday, it's not for today. So you can see that Pokrovsk is more than half, or at least half, captured by the Russian forces already. So, things are not really good, for sure. Moving further up north to the Pokrovsk breakout zone. So this is the Pokrovsk breakout zone region, and it's also insanely full of arrows. Fightings reported Vilny, Novoshakove, Ivanivka, Nikandorivka, Dorozhne, Bilitske, Maya Pankivka, Shakove, Sofievka, Petrovka, Rosinya. Generally, the Russians seems to be starting to push back, perhaps. But the Ukrainians are the one that is geolocated deep inside of the territory, in the Pokrovsk breakout zone. Which leads to this very big, captured frontline change for the Ukrainians. I have mentioned in the frontline changes report. I think Ukrainians are trying to capture all these grounds, but I think it's a misplaced priority. But never mind, Ukraine is going to do Ukraine now. And we're going to go on to the Konstantinivka front. Konstantinivka front, as mentioned, Poltavka, Rusinya as mentioned. The strategic situation largely is very similar. Although at Bakhmut there is fighting reported towards Varopilia and Chasivya, so there is this push in the north. Stupovsky, Alexander Shutine, Ivanopilia, Nelepivka, Splishevka, Brestov, Konstantinivka, and Shibenivka. Ukrainians still have a salient or encirclement in the west of Torex. The Russians are trying to capture this. This is still the Russians are still trying, but they are pushing out to build a south wall of Konstantinivka. Battles are ongoing around there. There is this attempt to consolidate the position at Petashny. I think the push towards Varolyubivka is starting to be a bit more legit, maybe. Need more information. The push towards Battlestok, this is reported by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, so this is also a bit interesting that the Russians may be pushing, and this is a static line. So this is the Konstantinivka front. And it's stinky. It's stinky. It's stinky. Moving on to the Hungary Sievers front. Oh my god, my stomach is talking to me. It's like, what the hell are you doing, man? And the green marker is still there. I didn't refresh my thingy. Anyway, geolocation of Ukrainian forces in Yampil, signaling that they have counterattack over there. However, fighting still being reported at Yampil, at Liman, Dronivka, Serbianka, Hrihorivka, Siversk, shelling at Risnikivka, Zvanivka, Berezne, Fedorivka, and Vyasakivka. The Russians have already established a position south of Siversk. So this is probably just consolidation of the position in the south of Siversk. I think the Russians are trying to do this. The flanking operation in the north of Siversk is ongoing. There's probably skirmishes along the border of Siversk. Risnikivka is in danger of becoming a fighting zone. This currently I still marked it as a shelling. Of course, the Ukrainian counterattack at Yampil is interesting, but it's not going to do much with the Russian forces already reaching in the surroundings of Liman. And that's it. I think nothing particularly
crazy yet per se. Let's see how this goes. We go on to the Oskil front. At the Oskil front, we have fighting reported over in Kharkivka, Druzhlyubivka, Korovia, Novoselivka, Yarova,
Stavky, Kolozyazi, and Zarishny. Strategically, it's the same as the previous time. I don't expect too much from this area. It's a static line, and ultimately, the push towards Korovia is getting very consistent as a report. I believe this push towards Oscu might be a real offensive now. The Russians still yet to capture Novoselivka, but they are reportedly fighting in the area of Yarova, and they are, to me, they are pushing for Svятogorsk for the PR victory. And the meaning of PR is public relations. The fighting is reported as Stavky. This is the push, from two sides trying to take Stavky. But yeah, strategically very, very similar. Nothing particularly, out of the blue, out of the very strange or unusual. Other than I'm totally delirious right now. Over in the Borova front, shelling is reported at least now Stinka because it is stinky, and fighting is reported at Borova and Boriska and Drievka. I'm not drunk. I know some of you guys are thinking, oh shit, Wyatt is drunk. I'm not drunk, but all drunk people say they are not drunk. So that is very damning and very sus. There is geolocation of Ukrainian forces, getting hit at Boriska and Drievka. So yeah, just shows that skirmishes is happening. I don't expect anything to happen around here. So so I'm gonna draw a happy face. Moving on, I give you a year and then hair and then body. Oh no, he got a long. Okay, never mind. Moving on to the Kupiansk front. At the Kupiansk front, the Ukrainians are on the massive counteroffensive to try to save their Kupiansk front situation. Counterattack is being reported at Velika Shakivka, Moskovka, or northwest of Kupiansk, Neshvolodivka, Blohodativka, as well as Ostinovo. You can see the counterattack is in all directions. They are trying their best to lift the siege on Kupiansk. However, the Russian forces continue to take more grounds within Kupiansk itself as fighting is being reported there. Petropavlivka is still mentioned. This time around, we have Kupiansk Voslovy on the reports, Kurilivka, Pischany, and Stepova Novoselivka. So this push is a one needle arrow towards Kupiansk Voslovy. They are trying to capture the crossing, and the Russians are still battling within Kupiansk. So as you can see, the Ukrainians are trying. So far, no breakthrough for the Ukrainians yet. So let's move on to the next front line, the Dvorozhnya front. Vorozhnya front. At the Vorozhnya front, fighting is reported mainly over in the corner at Odradny, Vorochanske, Kolozyatsne, and the Russian forces, according to the Ukrainian mapping, have captured Kenyamka. Fighting is reported at Kenyamka, and that is your location of your Russian forces north of Ambarny. The region here, same, very routine. Just that it is interesting that Kenyamka has been considered. The Russians are still trying to take out the corner front, I would say. So yeah, that's it. Nothing particularly special about this. And we move on to the Kharkiv front. And at the Kharkiv front, on the day which I'm not going to call it Kharkiv, fighting is reported at Voschansk, Senenokove, Vachansky Kotori, and Okip. Perhaps Taiki as well, I think. But nothing special. No, it's a Voschansk doing Voschansk thing. And then Okip is probably a skirmish. And the Voschansk, I just want to show you a bit in details. Taike, Vachansky Kotori. Voschansk probably on the western part of Voschansk, and they might be pushing for Senenikove as well. So far, the Ukrainians are holding the line, no breakthrough yet, and this line cannot fall. If this line falls, the whole rear position is going to be big trouble. And we go on to the last front line. Please press the like button and subscribe line. You can see I'm super tired. I'm going a bit insane right now. And at the Sumy front, that's why I have to do the report. If I don't report, the sun may not rise tomorrow. So for the sake of humanity, and the plants, because they need to photosynthesis. Russians attack at Iskry. I actually find I made an effort to try to pronounce this word. Iskry-Skivshchina. Okay, Iskry-Skivshchina. Fighting is reported at Polivka, Kindrativka, Andriivka, Novosich, Statki. Nothing special is happening around here. This is buffer zone. The Ukrainians are just wasting resources here. And that's it. So this is the summary for the day of 1347 to 1348 for the 1st to the 2nd of October 2025. Thank you for watching. Do press the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Slava Tipani.